right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance to Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we have a little special thing that just happened today. I guess
Yes.
the second trailer for Game of Thrones Season 7 dropped. So, by us watching this, is this official confirmation, Jacob?
Yes, I will break down and just read the manga. Show is past where the books are, so I'm okay with that.
You could say it out loud.
I will watch Game of Thrones.
Yes!
All right.
All right. So that means we will be reacting to Game of
Yes.
Thrones Season 7. And more specifically, Jacob will be doing this with me. So that makes it all the better. So guys, this is a new trailer. Let's stop wasting time and just get right into it.
Don't fight
Looking
no
good,
more.
Sansa.
Or the south. Fight every battle, everywhere,
Littlefinger.
always. In your mind.
Dragonstone. Oh, okay.
Look a little bit more
there.
creepy. Yeah.
For centuries, our families fought together
Which families?
against their common enemy. Despite their differences, together.
Oh my, wait.
To do the same if we're gonna survive.
That
The
was a
enemy
good line.
is real. It's always been real.
Okay. Yes. Oh, that's like the burning plains from Aegon Targaryen's.
When the snows fall and the white winds blow, the lone wolf dies, but the pack survives.
Oh. Oh, that's
Yeah.
ominous as crap. Yep, there it is. Okay. All right.
Yeah, this is...
This is looking to be very exciting. So we know that there's only going to be 7 episodes. Okay.
Right.
But what I do know is that these episodes are going to be longer by a considerate margin.
Okay.
To where we're effectively getting 8 episodes in length because of how long the episodes are going to be. Which is
Sweet.
going to suck for us as reactors because, editing it down and cutting out so much stuff is just going to be wonderful. Also, given that they have so much stuff happening that
Oh, yeah.
everything's culminating in multiple plot lines converging, there's probably going to be every other episode something like huge, like a battle happening
Yep.
or dragons attacking or White Walker shenanigans. In this episode, this trailer, I feel like there wasn't a lot of story given away.
Which is good.
Which I think is really good.
Yeah.
But were there any moments in particular that kind of stood out to you as being, wait a minute, what does that mean? Because I have a couple, but I'd love to hear yours.
Well,
first.
I mean, some of them were like a bit more obvious, but they were still like, oh, I wanna see that.
Right.
Like when the Unsullied were bursting through the gate of that place.
yeah, I'm pretty sure that was Casterly Rock.
Yeah.
Almost
that's-
100% sure.
And holy crap.
That's going to be an episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be something nice.
But then, of course, there was the whole thing of Jon Snow in the snow cutting down somebody.
Yeah, it almost looked like a wildling because it wasn't
Yeah.
a walker, a zombie, or something like that. It just looked like another guy. So I'm a little bit worried about Jon Snow again getting betrayed, or just stuff like that. But the Sansa lines kind of sparse throughout, and then they had Littlefinger kicking this off about fighting every battle inside your mind. So Sansa
Yeah.
has been, I think they've taken way too long to get around to this point, but having her basically learn from Littlefinger and actually use those skills to some great extent. She's had a couple things like that where we're like, oh, she's learning, but we haven't seen her actually use too much of that stuff because she keeps getting sidelined by other characters, unfortunately. But this could be the season where she just kills him. Like,
that would be
wouldn't
fantastic.
that be fantastic? Like,
That would be amazing.
She ends up in control of the Reach and
Oh yeah. Just
the whole thing. And the Lords of the Vale, of course, they don't care about
Yeah.
Baelish.
no. They'd probably throw a party.
Yeah, that's true. But then there's the line about Jon Snow saying that their two families have fought together in the past against common enemy. Mm-hmm. What two families could he even be talking about with, like, Stark and who else? Because Stark's fought against the Targaryens.
Right.
In Robert's Rebellion. So
Now,
he can't be talking about the Baratheons because the Baratheons are all dead.
Right.
So he's...
Now,
it makes sense that he would say the Targaryens because the Targaryens and the Starks could ally against the the Lannisters, but
right.
I almost feel like the line is being taken out of context for a scene where he's gathering more support from the Karstarks or the Umbers, like other northern families.
Yeah.
And it just feels kind of out of place here because it's like, okay, I get it. You're showing Daenerys while Jon Snow is talking and how they're eventually going to form a union and everyone wants, a Song of Ice and Fire to happen and all that.
That's where Todoroki came from.
But do you think that they're just using that line for a trailer and it's not going to have any dramatic connotations with the Targaryens, or is it just kind of obvious that the Targaryens and the Starks will ally together?
I'm not sure. Okay, so with where the show's at, are there any other big families that are really still around?
Well, so there's there's what's happening in Dorne, which is pretty. They're pretty much pretty weak right now. They're not weak. They have ships. They have a small army. But the Lannisters are the big ones.
Yeah.
Starks are allying with the other families of the north that are still around. The Targaryens are going across with all their massive army and dragons and everything. But even the the House Tyrell is pretty much gone. They still have, I think, their army, but it's just the Queen of Thorns.
Gotcha. And what about the Tullys? Because they're gone. They're pretty
so
much
the
gone,
Tullys
right?
are pretty much gone. So the Blackfish lost in Lost River Run to Jaime Lannister.
Yeah.
Right now, we have actually a lot of more rogue parties moving around that are all going to kind of end up in the same spot, it feels like.
Okay. Yeah,
like the Hound, we have the Brotherhood Without Banners, Arya. Yeah, those kinds of parties, and Brienne of Tarth, those kinds of parties moving around could make things interesting. But when he's saying that, with our families going together against
that's
the real
probably...
enemy, it's basically, it seems like it's something where he's going to be saying that in the first episode or two.
Sure.
To kind of reinforce his King of the North thing.
Right.
But it's just more and more hinting, right? Like, it's thematic hinting about everyone allying together against the Long Night. But could we see an ending to this season where actually they broke her peace with the Lannisters even?
That's what I was thinking.
To deal... See, that's my next thought is... Right now, the Lannisters are everyone's enemy, right?
Yeah.
But let's say the Lannisters are... What?
I really want Jaime to kill Cersei.
Right.
I really want that to happen.
King and Queenslayer,
yeah. And basically assume control of the Lannisters.
Yeah.
If that happened, then Jon Snow could basically be talking to Jaime.
Oh, that's
saying,
good.
we need to unite the kingdoms. And...
Okay, hold on. That's a good idea. So let's say Cersei loses Casterly Rock. Mm-hmm. Jaime's army gets beaten. He retreats back to King's Landing, and Cersei is basically holding the city hostage with wildfire. Very much like the Mad King. And she has already used wildfire.
Right.
So Jaime now has full reason to be like, no, we need to get rid of her. Mm-hmm. The only thing really standing in his way is the fact that I'm sure to some extent she might not trust him as much anymore because Cersei has kind of separated herself from all people. But I think she might kind of hold on to Jaime a little bit. If that happens, Jaime is going to have at least one good opportunity to kill her and be done with this. And it's just going to be a question of, will the mountain smash his head in immediately after he does that?
Or will the Hound be there for
Clegane Bowl. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I want it to happen, but right now in the story where they're at, it doesn't fit. It has to happen in season 8, unless things move crazy fast this season, which I think it could.
I get the feeling it just, like, this season might be a really
really fast pace.
Like, yeah.
Okay, here's a thought. If the Lannisters and the Targaryens and the Starks all get together and they band together to fight, I think if they do that, then they have to lose. That has to be how the season ends. So to an extent, I don't think that will happen. I want it to happen because the Lannisters and the Starks did actually work together in Robert's Rebellion, even though Tywin was more of a opportunist than a full ally, you know, like the Baratheons were. So that could be interesting to see the thing about the lone wolf and the pack and all that being a hint towards Jon Snow having some kind of, like, you know, moment where he's alone and he needs to, you know, return to the pack, for instance.
Sure.
But once he's done with whatever his, like, special mission is or something, we get Bran, we get, you know, the 3 armies, we get everyone together and we get them at the wall, and it ends with, like, the wall coming down, the ice dragon inside, like, coming out and just destroying everything. Winterfell is just frozen under. You know, half the cast dies. I'm spouting crazy talk now, but there's so much that could happen. And if you think this has a happy ending, you haven't been paying attention. So I think it's going to be fun to just speculate all the way through this next season. So we will be reacting to this, guys. We're excited to do it.
Yes.
Jacob will be all up to speed and good to go on the 16th of July, and we'll let you know in our Monday announcement videos when we have more exact details about where this is going to fit into our reaction schedule.
Right.
Anything else I missed, Jacob?
No, I think that covers it.
Okay, cool. All right, guys, this has been really fun, but until next time, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.